Hi, everybody. So, I decided to activate my black woman rest energy today, y'all. You know how some black women joined the rest movement 6 months ago? I decided to join today, okay? I've been saying I'm going to rest, but I decided that I'm going to start Christmas so I can keep track of the year. So, I said, get somebody else to do it today, y'all. I said, get somebody else to do it. I don't know how many of y'all is feeling me on this, and I don't know who's watching the channel today. Hi, everybody. I don't know if y'all can see me, but I said, get somebody else to do it, y'all. Hi, everybody. I don't even know if y'all can hear me. If y'all can hear me, let me know. My videos are starting to have no sound again. Hi, everybody. Where did I put that remote? I just had the remote, y'all. I guess some people didn't say it. I said, get somebody else to do it, y'all. Yes, I did. Hi, everybody. I'm going to get on video in a minute. I'm going to wait till we get more people in here. There's not many people online today. Hi, everybody. So I said, get somebody else to do it, y'all. That's what I said. And the reason why I said it and I activated rest energy, if y'all can hear me, please let me know if you can hear me. Is one thing I found out is that for some reason, the holidays in ways is still treated the way it used to be treated back in the 1900s, where minorities are expected to go the extra mile. We're expected to cater and wait on people. It's just the way people treat us around the holidays is like, you know, it's like it's optional to let us have peace. You know, we try to get into the holiday spirit and people want to, tear it down or drain us or treat us like they're servants and stuff. So I said, get somebody else to do it this holiday. Meaning this, I didn't do a darn thing for anyone today. I have activated my rest energy, which means I'm not driving nobody. I'm not nobody's designated driver. I'm not cooking for nobody. Anything that speaks with my ancestors were doing for breadcrumbs, I'm not doing. So I know my ancestors on my um, father's side, my mother's side, um, my grandfather was a slave, and so was his aunt and his mom. So I said, I'm not cooking for nobody around the holidays no more. I done did that, at my age, no. If I have a little kid here, I'll cook. But if I'm not eating the food, then I'm not cooking on the holidays. I'm not bringing nobody a plate. I'm not driving nobody around. I'm not going to nobody's house to cook and clean. I'm not being nobody's designated driver. I'm not driving for 2 hours, dropping everybody off, picking everybody up. I decided to not be in that energy. I did the gift exchange because that's what they like to do. But everything else, I said, get somebody else to do it. That's what I said. I didn't pack up nobody's gifts to go. I didn't make nobody no plate. They make their own plates. I feel like I noticed that whenever I get into that going the extra mile on the holidays, the less respectful people get, as if people start to think this is still slavery times. So I decided to spend this holiday and the rest of the holidays of the next year teaching people how to treat me around the holidays, and also reminding people that I'm not property around the holidays. Okay? So, I did not attend any holiday party that didn't happen in my house. If I didn't throw that party, I'm not going. So my family members, they all went to parties, wherever houses they hop in. I said I'm staying home. I said I don't like the attitudes. I don't like the negativity. I don't like the racism. I don't like the ageism. I don't like the favoritism. People playing favorites on one side of my family. I don't want to be around it. It ruins my holiday spirit. It turns me into Scrooge, and I don't want to be in Scrooge Grinch energy. So I decided not to attend so that I can protect my good spirit. So my family is not here. They went to whatever other family parties, and I'm home alone. I'm by myself. By myself. Of course, I got protection in here, but I'm by myself, watching my little holiday films, eating my little holiday dinner in peace. Okay, in peace. My daughter, she brought gifts. I gave her gifts back. And what I did was I spent some time with my daughter in my own house. So I decided to stay home. Now I might go grab a drink, one drink with my childhood friend because they peaceful. Okay? So I might go do that, just to say happy holidays to them. But that's it. Okay? There's nothing wrong with being less available on holidays. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? You can give back, but you don't got to keep being present. That's what I found out. Like, you can give back without being around people for 5-6 hours and house hopping. So, I'm not house hopping no more. What is the point? My parents is dead. My brother died Christmas morning. My brother died this morning, some years ago. So I need to be able to get sad and cry without disrespectful people around me, or arrogant, cocky, money hungry, smart mouth, or racist, or narcissist around me. Not everybody is sad in the type of degree I'm sad on Christmas. Because my brother died this morning some years ago, right after wrapping gifts for his disabled kids. He laid down and died. My mother died, was fighting for her life on Valentine's Day, and died just after Valentine's Day ended. So I grieve from Christmas through February. My mother was buried. My mother died the week of my wedding anniversary, was buried on my daughter's birthday. She was supposed to be buried on my wedding anniversary, but I told my sister I can't take it. I can't take all that. So they moved her burial date up, which landed on my daughter's birthday. And one of my very close friends also died and was buried on my daughter's birthday in February. So between Christmas and February is a very hard time for me. There's a lot of grieving going on for me. I get very sad. I burst out in tears. I start shaking and having to pray through my grief. So I don't need negativity around me. So that's why I decided to stay home. Ever since my mother, who was the last person that died, ever since she died, I said that was the straw. She died Valentine's Day and was brought back to life and died again hours after. And after that, I was like, I'm done. I'm not letting nobody ruin my holidays. Because some people will go home and have their parents and their kids and all that. And I'll go home, cry my eyeballs out about my mom and my brother and my dad. And you know, my dad's birthday is in a couple days and he's dead. So I'll go home and cry that, you know, all these people that my parents and brother died all in the same time frame within 3 months, while everybody else is at peace. I know. So really, I'd rather spend time with kids on the holidays so that I know, you know, I ain't got to deal with people disturbing my peace while I'm grieving. I didn't really get to really grieve like I wanted to because I had to deal with COVID. So now that COVID is, I feel safer during COVID. I can put my mind on going through the grieving stages, and that's what I've been going through, the different grieving stages. I'm in the close to the acceptance stage of grieving over my parents and my brother. I'm still a little bit in the shock stage. So that's why I said get somebody else to do it. You know, um, I told my family members that live with me, I said, understand why I'm not going. Y'all parents is alive. Y'all got a parent alive or both parents. Y'all got cousins and siblings, first cousins alive and stuff. I said, I don't. I said, so it's easy for y'all to be messy and all of that. It's not easy for me to be around that. You know, they want to drink and turn up and everything like they doing, be pissy drunk. I can't be around that when I'm having moments where I'm bursting out in tears about my brother. So, you know, I stayed home. And I know some people say, you know, some people say, well, people crying over their siblings and weren't close. I was close to my brother. I was close to my big brother. I took in his kids, watched his kids. His kids stayed at my house. I took them holidays, took them to see Santa. I took them to Easter egg hunts. Um, you know, my daughter looks out for one of his sons. One of his sons work with her, and she looks out for him. You know, I had to hold all my nephews while they were crying their eyeballs out on Christmas when their dad died. Hours after their dad died, I had to hold my nephews while they cried their eyeballs out. Little kids crying about their dad. So, um, you know, when my brother died and my nephews found their dad dead, they called my phone. I was the first person they called to come to see what was wrong with their dad. So I'm still dealing with the fact that I got that call on Christmas to come see if my brother was breathing. So I don't need negativity around me today. You know, I had a moment where I broke down and cried in the living room in front of my daughter. And I had to tell her I'm sorry, but I had my moments. And my brother was a fire sun sign like me. And you know, sun sign people, we're tribal people. So I feel like I lost somebody in my tribe. Somebody with a similar personality and interest in me. So this day is extremely hard for me. Like if I can when I get through this day, I'd be like glad. Like I made it through. So I'm laying in my room here, just kinda like, missing my brother, y'all. I'll be missing my brother a lot on Christmas. This is why I didn't attend any Christmas parties. I think it's like real messed up to be losing family members on holidays. For a family member to die on a holiday, it's like it feels real fucking sickening, y'all. I tried to attend a Christmas party the year after my brother died, and I had to go into the kitchen and get away from everybody because I started crying. And my husband, he runs to see his brother now. I said, now you get to see what it's like to lose a sibling. I bet you gonna run see your brother now. I swear, I don't wish this on anybody. I would rather go through the gates of hell than lose a sibling. This is as close as it gets, I think, is losing a child, is losing a sibling. It feels so weird. I'm used to going to my sister's and sitting right beside my brother. Me and him will be talking all through the holiday. Thanksgiving, me and him always sat beside each other talking and laughing and stuff. And Christmas talking, sitting beside each other. And it's just so weird. I want to go to my sister's for a little bit, but it's like I know they over there. I know they over there breaking down too. I know they over there like this is wild. They over there like done like I am. It wouldn't be so bad if like we weren't thrown right into COVID right after our family members died back to back. Like we went from like mom, dad, brother did COVID, you know, no brother, dad, mama did COVID. And then some of us had COVID and all this other stuff. So it's like now that we feel like we're in the clear, you know, it's like now we're like digesting this. Like, wow, these people are really dead. A lot of people cry about their loved ones on holidays, but not everybody like was close to their family. And me and my siblings were tightly knit. We were always close growing up. And me and my brother we always got along. Me and my big brother always got along. And it's just like, wow. I have so many like Christmases where it'd be like me and his kids. And him sick, you know, just not well, and him's like he's saying to me, sister, they okay? They ain't acting up. And I'm like, they ain't acting up. Him asking me how his, kids is doing, why he's sitting there, why I got them in the line to see Santa and stuff. It's just wow. It's just this wow. This is just crazy. I'm getting close to accepting it. I think I'm gonna need like a couple more years, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna call my siblings, but I know they're gonna be like, nah. As soon as I ask them and be like, how y'all doing? Y'all, sorry about that, y'all. I got myself together. Y'all. I be having moments where I just start breaking down about my brother. These, it just come out of nowhere, y'all. It's come out of nowhere. It's just so unreal, you know. I wonder how I'm ever going to get over my brother dying Christmas morning like that. Just laid down and died like some old person. I'm just trying to understand, like, I knew this was going to be a bad Christmas for me, missing my brother the way I've been. So that's why I stayed home, y'all. I don't want to ruin my daughter's family Christmas. I don't want to ruin my daughter's grandparents' Christmas. So I stayed home, so they can be all merry or whatever. So I could just deal with this. Um, not having to leave the Christmas party because I'm crying my eyeballs out. I decided to just stay home and talk to God and pray because I really thought I could get through this grief. I really thought that the Christmases would get easier without my big brother, but they're not. They're not. I don't know where that came from, where people say, oh, the holidays get easier without your family members when they're dead. Not when it's a close family member and died on Christmas. I don't know how to get past that. I don't know how to get past sitting down to go eat on Christmas and knowing that I sat down to eat on Christmas and was planning to see my brother right after, and I got a call that he wasn't waking up. Like, I don't know how to get past that. I don't know how to forget that happened on Christmas. I don't know how. And I know that's what killed my mother. I know that's what killed her. I know that's why she had a heart attack and died. My mother died not long after my brother. She was constantly grieving. She was grieving so hard on Valentine's Day because Valentine's Day was her favorite holiday with my brother. And when he was a little boy, I guess. And she grieved herself to the grave, you know. And I don't want to grieve myself to the grave, but I was always around my mom, and me and my brother was always sitting beside each other like two peas in a pod every holiday. And I'm trying to get past that. I guess I really thought this was going to be maybe a better Christmas with me dealing with that, but it didn't end up that way. My husband went to see his brother and his mother, and my heart just crushed. My heart just sank. I told him, I said, you gonna go see your brother. You gonna see your mom. I'm not. I'm not, and I don't want to ruin it for you by crying. So until some more years go by, and I get it deeper into the acceptance stage of grieving, I'm just gonna stay home half of the day. I'll do Christmas or holidays in my own home, and then y'all can just go ahead and be married with your own family. Excuse me, y'all. I'm not even going to get on video because I look all cried out. Like, I'm just, even when I wasn't crying yet today, you could tell, like, my body was just, like, grieving. My brother was a very kind guy. He was a good guy. That's what everybody would say. My family calling me, y'all. They